214 public out in the open.
Woo!
Oh no.
Guys, I have a question to ask. It's like really relevant to our times and the current issues that we face in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
How fake was the Jerry Springer show? Because before we started recording, Big Dave sent me a clip on Instagram of these two girls. They were arguing, and the one's like, "Hey, I'm from the woods. I'm down with incest, but I don't care that you're dating your brother." And Jerry's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa." And she's like, "What? I'm from like my I don't know, aunt and uncle or first cousins or some shit. But what I have a problem with is you dating a man." And I think maybe like they were like former lesbian lovers or something. And I don't like they seem like the people that would be in that type of beef, but like I'm also not naive enough to think that like everything that happened on the Jerry Springer show was real. So do we have any intel on that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there have been like Reddit AMAs back in the day about like people that worked on the show and shit. Maybe even like Jerry himself has talked about it. But I think it was like they would bring in people that had sort of drama between them as a family, whether or not it was real or not was whatever. But then the producers would just literally make up the shit on the spot for what their story was actually going to be. But that's why the fights would also turn like real, because it was people that knew each other. So even if they were lying,
and they're talking
they would
shit,
still want to get to punch them and shit. But it would just go too far. Yeah, or it would just boil over with them starting to tell the truth about each other, or not even tell the truth, but like, you're a fucking bitch, you know? Beep, beep,
Yeah.
beep.
It's sort of like how you can get people to real fight by fake fighting.
Yeah.
Like if someone's aggro enough, you could just be like, "No, well, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you, man. Did you hear what he just said? Did you hear what he just fucking said?" And then you can just walk away and they'll start fighting.
Yeah.
It's like those type of people where you can
Don't
say
say
like,
that about him.
"You know,
Don't say
he
he's a
fucked
pussy."
your wife. He fucked your wife." And they're like, "Really? Well, fuck you, man. How fuck you?" Like it must be really easy. But the problem would be getting those people into the studio, which I assume was New York or maybe.
yeah, like you're flying out these bumpkins, right?
Little Rock,
Like
Arkansas.
they have to be. Was it Little Rock?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. right by the Jim Baker Studios.
That's where he
Yeah,
was mayor,
they have
though.
to be like they have to probably not have an active warrant, which gets rid of a lot of the funniest people to have on that show. And they have to be able to get on an airplane and be there on time for their flight. So it kind of limits the amount of people that you can get that are like crazy, like incest people, like people who are like, "I'm from the woods. I'm a peckerwood, wood. That's why I fucked my brother." Like I don't think you could get those people on the show.
Yeah, but you could like find them on Face. I guess this predates that, right? But like, if like Michael was a producer for the Jerry Springer Show 2024, like I'm sure you could get a cast of fucking creatures like pretty quickly.
Yeah, it would be guys like who's that guy? He's like a middle-aged guy that's sort of put together, and he does TikToks, and he's single. He talks about wanting a woman. He's like a what's that guy's name?
Not
I can't
Brian
remember now.
Betow, is it?
No, I don't know if I subscribe to that guy, but yeah, I think I lost that guy. But it would have to be someone who's like a crazy guy who also has a truck, like people like that, like
He has
guys
to
on
drive to
TikTok
New
who are like,
York.
yeah, like people who you can count on to like answer their phone and be there on time, but are also psychotic. Those would be the best people.
I did like just Google it now after asking you guys and found one of those AMAs, and the people that are like, I was on the show or I had a friend on the show are saying that it's all fake.
Yeah.
And like the one person said that they recorded us before the show started saying that it was all real, and if we told people it wasn't, they'd fine us something like $86,000, which they
Yeah,
said was the
just, like,
cost of
scare
taping
them.
an episode. Yeah.
I did more research on it, and if they liked the contestants, I guess would come up with their own story, and if they liked you, then they would bring you to the show and pay you $200 to appear on the show and kind of get yelled at and shit.
Not bad.
It's fucked up though, because they would have like actual homeless teens on there. They will give you
that's fucked
$200. Yeah, and there's 17. That shit's whack.
Well, they got to be inside.
They got money.
It's air conditioned in there.
Oh, not
Yeah.
bad. The other week, I applied to be a human canvas on Ink Master, where they like fucking tattoo you on the show.
What if they do a
easy.
swastika, dude?
Yeah, that'll be my-
You'll have to get it covered up.
I'll go, I don't want a swastika. And everyone's gonna go, damn, I don't want that one.
It's
No,
really easy. Don't worry about it.
They don't pay you shit, and I think it's in Toronto, and you have to do all your own travel and board and stuff. But free tattoo. And
what if it's a beginner though? That would suck.
Yeah, but I mean it's Ink Master, right? So like they're all like pretty good.
No, it's gonna be Ink Master's amateurs. They're not gonna tell you.
Yeah, I think that would be a much better show if they had people who have never done a tattoo before, like people who made their own tattoo gun in prison and it's their first time.
It was already on. It was canceled after one episode because 9/11 happened and overshadowed it. It was called Ink Noobs.
Oh damn! They also gave people Hep C.
The earlier seasons of Ink Master, it was a lot more like that, but like it got more prestigious over time, and so it like attracted better artists. And now you win like $250,000 for winning the competition. So they have like really good folks on there. The funniest thing, like when you're doing your little application to try and get on the show, one of the questions they ask you is, "What's the most painful experience you've ever had?" Which I guess they want to make sure, one, that you're not going to like bitch out from a 6-hour tattoo, because they also ask like, what's the longest you've ever sat for a tattoo, but also just your general pain threshold. But I'm sure the producers want to like sprinkle in some like absolute wimps that like can't take it because it like adds drama to the show.
So there's your shot.
Someone who's afraid of needles.
Yeah.
They're deathly afraid of needles. Wait a minute, that's how you do this? Fuck!
I pass out. I can't even write the word bleu. It's just BLOO.
A tattoo artist who's afraid of needles? Like, I have stage fright. I don't know if I can do it, because what if I accidentally hit myself with the needle, and then it would hurt, and it would sting? What if I trip while I'm holding the tattoo gun and accidentally tattoo a swastika on my own hand, and then I have to get it covered up?
I don't think you're walking with it that often.
You don't walk with a tattoo gun?
No.
Just walking down the street?
With it turned on.
Sean's tattoo artist has to walk a lot.
Yeah, you have to walk around him.
Yeah, get to the other side. Hey, I'll see you in a minute. Cool. This barber.
Spin him around.
This barber. I'll see you in a minute.
I think if I was an amateur tattoo artist, I would shave my cat and keep tattooing the cat. And it's okay if you accidentally tattoo a swastika on it, because the hair will grow back.
I don't think you should do that.
Well, if it would be an accident, because you
It
tripped.
would hurt the cat.
Well, that's okay, because cats hurt you.
Hey, it's tough to fucking clip a cat's nails sometimes.
I feel like some shit I would see on like the fucking
whip shade.
The NAFO Twitter. They'd be posting some like pig with a fucking swastika tattooed on and be like, look what the Russians did to this pig. That's the type of shit they post.
They painted pigs that are labeled 1, 2, 4, 5, and then there's one with a swastika on it, and they let them all loose in a school.
Yeah, they couldn't find 3 also.
Yeah, where's 3? Where's 3? There's just a Nazi pig.
That's great. No, you're doing that prank, but you have to tattoo 1, 2, 3, or I guess 1, 2, 4 on it, just because you don't want the prank to go wrong. Like a big argument between you and your friends.
My prank is that there's all the pigs were 1, 2, 3, and 4, but there's also a 5th pig that had 5 on it, but they didn't look for that one because they thought they had them all. And it's shit everywhere.
2 and 4 are pregnant.
Oh,
so there might be piglets.
Yeah, you're not supposed to bring more than that though, because one year they brought up to 10, but then 7, 8, 9.
Ooh, shit.
Yeah,
that's too many pigs. That's way too many pigs.
It was terrible.
Did you guys have any good high school pranks?
I was homeschooled sometimes.
Yeah, I guess not.
I got getting fucking hit.
I think there was a kid who tried to like disassemble his car and put it in the cafeteria, but they didn't even have to do that. I think they just like unscrewed the door frame and put it through the door because it was like a big double door. It was something really lame that I didn't want to participate in. I had the idea with the pigs and the swastika. They didn't like it for some reason, even though I said like, what if you see its reflection and it's Buddhist?
At my school, go ahead, Aaron.
Go for it. No, you go for it.
At my school, the kids they had an animal shelter down the road that for some reason had this like 17-foot giraffe, like hollow, like plexiglass statue thing that was just like laying in a field.
That's pretty sick.
And a bunch of kids. The one kid was a farmer, and they like hooked up the farm tractor that didn't have plates on it, and like went and stole it, and then drove to our school and dug out 4 deep holes and put the giraffe in there standing up, and then poured concrete in there. And then
That's a pretty good own.
Yeah, then they got pulled over on the way back by the cops because it's like because they didn't have
Well, they don't have it
license plate.
anymore,
Yeah, they didn't
so
have
it's
it on
okay.
them. So the guy's like, "Yeah, well, make sure you have a license plate for that next time you're using it." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And then we all got
What are
to
you
school.
using
and
it
then-
for, by the way, coming back from the high school? I don't know.
It was great because it's like
Probably hay or something.
it's like cement takes like 4 days to set. Like they just pulled it out in the
Yeah.
morning. It was so pointless to cement. But I love the fact
They
that
should have
did
just kept it.
We all
It's
saw
a
it.
free statue for your school.
We all saw it when we got out of our cars in the morning. I wasn't part of the crew, but I saw it in the morning when I got to school. I was like, "What the hell's going on here?"
You remember that show High School Stories on MTV? They always had sick shit in that one.
Yeah, I wish I got to be on that. I was too young. It was before my time. It fucking sucked, and I missed it, and it'll never come back unless we remake it.
You go on Ink Master.
Oh, dude, we should do a show called Adult Stories. And it's stories from after high school.
It wasn't my graduating year, but my like friend was graduating, and I like helped him with the planning phase of this prank. I don't know about you guys, but like every year they'd come up with a graduation slogan that was like it rhymed with whatever year it was. So I don't remember specifically what it was in like 2006, but it'd be like
2006, suck our dicks.
yeah, Grad 05, what a time to be alive. And Grad 07 came, and it's hard to rhyme it in anything with 7. So the adopted slogan for that year was Grad 07, hard as fuck. And a lot of the like students that were graduating like went really hard, like definitely harder than in my graduation year or anyone that I could like remember being around. And they'd been stealing, they've been doing like a bunch of graffiti out of town, like graffitiing like Grad 07, hard as fuck on like fucking highway signs.
So it gets blamed on the locals.
Yeah,
It's just that town's class of 2007. They get pulled into.
Well, I
asked
mean, it was
about
so rural that there was only the one high school, but they were stealing like garden gnomes from like nearing neighborhoods or whatever, and there had to be an announcement on the like the principal had to come on and be like, "Hey, stop fucking stealing gnomes, or we're gonna like cancel prom."
Hell yeah.
And
I
so
don't need gnomes.
so what we did was we stole a bunch of gnomes after they said stop doing
Yeah.
it, but we're smart enough to like we wrote down the address and put it on the bottom of the gnome with tape so it could get fucking like
Returned.
returned to them after
Yeah.
the fact. We were good rascals.
Aw.
And then made a giant sign that said Grad 2007 hard as fuck. And then in the middle of the night, my homie Stefano and a couple of his friends, they climbed onto the school and like put the banner in front of the school, and it was supported by like the gnomes on top is what was weighing it down.
Hell yeah.
And I guess fucking the janitors or whoever gets to the school like really quickly. And so next to nobody saw it.
Oh.
And like on the announcements that day, they're like, we're happy that you had the respect to label the gnomes, but we will be not accepting any more pranks this year.
We won't be accepting pranks.
We won't be
We
accepting any more
request
pranks.
that you do not do any more
No more.
pranks.
You cannot prank us anymore. You're done.
Another teacher was really afraid of moths, and someone went to like the barn that was on their house and found like 200 moths and put it through the fucking vent of his classroom at lunch. And then he refused to go inside until somebody came and got all the moths out of there for him.
Jesus.
Damn, that's a fetch quest.
My dad's prank was he went to Lake Orion, and their rival school, I think it's still their rival, is Oxford, the one that had the shooting.
Mhm.
And he went there. They went there at night to their football field and dumped a big LO in gasoline on the football field. They didn't even burn it; they just dumped it on there. So then, burnt into the soil for the next like 15 years was a big LO in the middle of their field.
They should put another L at the end.
Yeah, what's LO?
Lake Orion, their high school.
Oh, okay. Laughing online.
Yeah, laughing out.
Laughing out. It's like crying out, laughing out. Ah!
They were the Dragons. Still the Dragons. They have a good football team.
Ooh.
They usually are pretty good.
Dragons aren't real.
Pretty good.
Dragon's like a created team, sports team name.
Yeah, it should be something real, like midgets or Indians.
Imagine how sick it'd be to play for the Dragons in 2024. There's so many dragging these nuts across your face. jokes.
Oh, yeah.
People probably
That's
say
great.
Imagine Dragons.
Yep. Imagine dragging these nuts across your football field. And a big LO, bitch. Also, that's the really hick Michigan town name where they say Lake Orion, even though it's spelled Orion. Fuck you. Lake Orion sounds so much better.
Oh, yeah.
I was
All
gonna
the
say.
local fogies say Lake Orion.
They should have said that. They should have said we were actually dragging our nuts through the football field, and we made a big LO, and it was our nasty vinegar-smelling nuts that killed all the grass. Our stinky testicles.
It's a cool lake. A lot of boats, but it's not like a giant lake, so you can get crazy with like the tubing and stuff in it without giant waves fucking it up. Anyway, they have also spent way too much money every year on the fireworks. It's like the second best show, and besides the Detroit one, like for a lot of years, it was like the best place to go for fireworks because they just spend way too much of tax money on it. But it was awesome. But one year, I was sitting really close that year too, on like one of the islands on the lake, and the fucking firework barge blew up immediately with all the fireworks at once.
Oh,
Nice.
that'd be pretty cool.
The dudes
Did anyone
on it
get
had
hurt?
to dive. They had to dive underwater and shit and try to swim away because it was just going up.
Did they die?
It was all done in like 6 minutes. It was crazy. No one died though. As far as I
good.
remember, no.
They should get it over with. It should just be one big bang.
Yeah, it was really confusing.
I don't have time for a whole hour.
I think like 3 shot off normally, and then it looked like the grand finale, but only about 30 feet off the ground
Damn.
in the middle of the lake. Can't remember what year that was. It was 2010 or 11 or something.
I think they should ban fireworks federally.
You're not allowed to do them here because of woke these days.
You know, these wokies want to protect the forests.
Yeah, they don't want forest fires.
Ohio had fireworks, and we didn't for many, many years. And Michigan was sick of people driving to the border in July to the fucking tents on the other side of the border and just flying fireworks and drive back like, fuck it. We're losing a lot of money. So now they're here.
We already have forest fires here, eh? Like there's parts of
Yeah.
it in Fort McMurray that are on evacuation notice. And it's just
Right.
like vaguely smells like fire.
Nobody out west
when
should
I
be allowed
open
to do
up my window.
fireworks.
Yeah.
It would just be a fun culture war thing. I think if Biden tried to ban fireworks,
Shit, nobody that lives near like forests should be able to do them. Ironically, the city's the safest place to do fireworks.
Yeah,
It's
that's
true.
the highest amount of dogs and veterans though, so.
Who cares about those?
I think veterans are probably overrepresented in rural areas.
dude, veterans are dog doctors. What do they care about fireworks? Homeschooler.
I think they should just train dogs to be fireproof. Fireproof as well. We should breed dogs to be fireproof. We should also train them to be firework proof, like when they fire guns near a horse's ears.
Dogs are so sensitive to that shit. My
How to
cats don't
bomb
give a-
proof your horse.
They could be. I mean, we literally had bomb sounding shit going off back in March.
Oh yeah, with the
My
batarangs.
cats. Yeah, my cats didn't give a fuck about anything.
Your cat could go to war.
Yeah. I scream at my cats every day for so long, like 3-4 hours a day. Just top
Playing
of my
drill
lungs.
sergeant.
Yeah, not even telling them to do anything. I'm just going, ah! So they're so used to it, nothing scares them anymore.
I'm trying to do Full Metal Jacket at my house.
Fuck.
I'm
Ugh.
training for the army. I think when I get to the army, first I want to be a drill sergeant. And then once everybody respects me from being yelled at, I want to be a general.
That's awesome.
And then I'm going to retire as a general with all 5 stars. And then I'm going to be president.
First day in the army, you have to find the biggest guy and punch him in the face.
Usually it's the drill sergeant.
Yeah, shoot them.
You gotta get your gun and shoot him.
First day in the
Assert
army, you
your
have to find the
dominance.
weakest private, and then you have to bully them and hit them with a pillowcase full of soap until they go postal and go insane and try to kill you. That's what you have to do. I've only seen one movie about the army.
I'm gonna. If I ever get a personal trainer and they ask me what my goals are, I would say, I want to get so big that I have to kick my own ass the first day in prison.
I want to
Like,
get
all right.
stronger than God.
I want people to pray to me.
I want to become a Buddha.
Buddha.
I want to become as powerful as Buddha, so I can tell everybody what to do.
Hey, what idiot called it a priest instead of a dietitian?
Ooh,
Hmm.
Yep, because he feeds you God. Dietitian, dietitian.
That's right.
Yep, okay, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. Not bad.
We're such a good Christian podcast.
Oh,
you ever heard of
yeah.
the diet of worms?
No, it's that.
It's disgusting. It was when a bunch of German guys ate worms. They got Martin Luther and the Pope, and they ate a bunch of worms and threw up.
Would you guys love me if I was a worm?
Sure.
Yeah, of
You
You guys
course.
love me if I was a snake? Just meaning it in like a social sense.
Would you love me if I was a rat?
You guys love me if I was a rat? You guys love me if I was a pig? Talking about becoming a cop? Hey, you remember that How to Eat Fried Worms?
Hated that book.
Yeah, it didn't really tell you how to do it.
No,
Every time I tried to do it, I still threw up.
it
So,
was a movie too, Chet.
oh yeah, they did make a movie
The only good thing about that one was the movie was that the Mothersbaugh brothers did the soundtrack. Mark and Bob Mothersbaugh
from Rugrats.
from Rugrats and Devo.
Did he do the One Life Aquatic song too?
Probably.
The Ping Island Rescue song, I think is what it's called.
Probably so.
Maybe.
Yes, they did.
That's a great soundtrack.
Mark Mothersbaugh, yeah. So I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I never put that together. Nice.
Pee-wee's Playhouse as well. Super Mario World TV series. Oh, for Deke. Do you remember Deke? The screen that popped up after like some of the best shows, and it'd go Deke, and it was D-I-C.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
They had to say it out loud so people didn't say it as Dick, but I still said Dick.
Yeah, we all did. We'd point and go Dick.
Dick.
Yep. Damn.
It doesn't have a K, so it's not actually bad.
Deke went defunct only 15 years ago.
What was it?
They ran a bunch of shows like Rainbow Bright. They owned all of the Mattel shows, I think, like G.I. Joe and shit.
Incredible World of Dick. That's pretty funny.
We didn't have cable till I was like 7, so we only had CBC. So my like scope of TV shows that I got to watch was very narrow. And I remember like sometimes around Christmas, you would get to watch the Family Circus like animated TV show. And I thought it was the coolest shit in the world because I only got to watch it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, honestly, I get that though.
It's got to be better than the cartoon.
There probably wasn't even that many. Episodes of that.
Oh, probably not. I just like remember like, hey, this is a new thing. This rocks.
It probably couldn't air more than like a couple weeks.
Oh,
You'd run
yeah.
out of shit.
Yeah, why the fuck? Why would they make a show out of that?
Family Circus was one of those things where like I thought I was cool for reading the paper when I was like 7.
Yeah,
And
totally.
then I grew up like I from like 7 to 12 I'd read like the funnies, of course, and a lot of it I probably wouldn't even understand. Like fucking Mallard Fillmore, suck my dick. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, fuck that. That guy we never had that one. I'm glad. We only had Doonesbury. That was like the old lib
Some
cartoon.
of this shit was just the sort of thing where like it got so far away from its original purpose. It could have been any scenario. Like it could have been two animals talking to each other, and it's just the joke. Like Beetle Bailey. Like half the time it's just them about like it's
yeah, there's
stupid.
like no universe. It's just a gag.
Right. But I remember one day I was reading Family Circus and I was like, this fucking shit sucks.
Yeah.
It's the worst cartoon of all time. Like you have to have been born in the 1800s to think it was funny because it's like,
Yeah.
a kid's playing outside. Isn't that nice?
Literally the funniest thing about Family Circus was PJ being like 0 IQ and like falling down and shit. The little fucking shaved head youngest one. He was a dumbass. He was a chungus.
Did you guys have the fucking Spider-Man comic that would be in the newspaper where it had just like 3 panels at a
Yes,
time?
I hated
And
those,
it
man.
fucking pissed me off. I'm like, I don't know where to start. I can't go
I
fucking
always-
back. Like,
I always thought about that when it was three panels, but they all had so much text I still didn't read them.
yeah. Like, what the fuck's he doing in the Aztec for? This shit sucks.
I loved Calvin and Hobbes, but even then, by the time I was like 14, I was like, this is too smug for even me, and I'm 14, and I think I'm smart. Like, yeah, I didn't like it then. Like, I like it now. Overall, I think Calvin Hobbes is great, but I would judge my comics harshly. One that I always love still though, and it still holds up, is Foxtrot. Foxtrot had such a good grasp of fucking being a gamer American dumbass.
Yeah, that was the first one to have a computer in it.
Yep. And his brother was addicted to WoW and like was failing high school because of it and shit.
His brother's also
His
a
sister was a slut.
16-year-old
Yep.
Bruce Springsteen mega fan, which was the really funny
There was a few
detail about
things there where you
it.
could tell who was writing it. You could tell they had teenagers,
Yeah.
but they were still like, I don't know what the fuck these kids listen to. And he's a Springsteen lover. Yeah, kid born in like 1990 loves Springsteen.
Yeah, I think that was the character that the whatever his name is who drew it or whatever thought saw as him
Realistically,
saying
now
that.
though, Springsteen would be too new for him. He'd be into Steely Dan and shit.
Yeah, right.
He'd be like, oh no, none of that. No, I want to be cool on Twitter. I don't like
No,
the
actually,
band.
Springsteen predates that. Some
yeah,
of it.
you would know, superfan.
Yeah, I'll defend Steely Dan, just not on the timeline because it's embarrassing.
I feel that. I actually, Springsteen's one of those artists where I started listening to some of his stuff just this year, and I'm like, yeah, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that he's associated with Obama and doing that lame podcast and just making the rounds as like a cultural figure who's like totally mainstream and anodyne, like that everybody's supposed to like. Because it kind of makes me not want to listen to him when someone's like that. Like, want to listen to him more if like he had died in 1989 or something.
Yeah. Fuck. What's the song?
So I can't listen to old punk either, because like all those like Dead Kennedys guys or whatever, like are just
Jello
fucking
Biafra
libs on Facebook saying vote for Hillary, and it's like I can't take you serious anymore.
Oh yeah, a song that I love that I sort of discovered was even Springsteen through a cover. The cover's way better, but I'm on Fire, which is like a song about being a creep.
Yeah, that's his horniest song.
Yeah, that's a song about like being like a 16-year-old working on your car and the hottest girl in the neighborhood. You're like, oh, your parents left for the weekend, huh? We're gonna fuck all weekend, yeah. Woo!
We're gonna make your house stink.
Yep. then I'm gonna become obsessed with you in a way where I can't sleep. I'm so horny. That song is the Joe Budden tweet where he's like, I'm so horny I can make a whole new hole.
There's gonna be a new hole in something, either my hot rod here or you.
But the cover is by a couple lesbos, so still horny, but in a different way. It's pretty good though.
Funny how Obama didn't
Tattoo?
ask him about that.
Yeah, Tattoo covered I'm on Fire by Springsteen this year.
Howard Stern
Really
didn't ask him
surprising.
about that either.
Really
Because
surprising.
he's so
move.
lame now. He had Bruce Springsteen on. He didn't ask him about like making a hole in his car to fuck it or whatever, or lesbians.
Yeah, that's true.
How are we gonna find out? How are we ever gonna know about that?
Man, that. Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go away and leave you all alone? I got a bad desire. Oh, I'm on fire.
Yeah, that shit is all aged so bad. Any old song where they're like, "Hey, little girl."
Him talking about how horny he is too. The bridge. Sometimes it's like someone took a knife, baby, edgy and dull, and cut a 6-inch valley through the middle of my skull. That's a deep lyric for just sitting there with a boner.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to make a hole in his own head to fuck.
Yep.
I don't know if you could
Crazy.
do that though, because if you could reach that with a 6-inch hole in your head, I think you could already suck your own dick.
I like that. I'm gonna rewrite it to it's like someone took a knife, baby, edgy and dull, and cut a 6-inch valley in the middle of my mattress.
Yeah, someone did it.
Someone
I don't know who it was.
Hey, who put this slit in my bed? Anyway,
Who keeps making holes in my stuffed animals? Someone broke in and made a hole in all of my dolls.
it's so funny to write that song too. And I'm like, what am I gonna name it? I'm on fire. Nice. Cool.
It was better than I need to jack off or I am.
I think it should have been called Daddy.
Yeah. It should have been called "Hey, little girl, is your daddy home?"
Yeah. Then he would have been canceled.
Yeah. I'm gonna post screenshots of the lyrics later and be like, what did he mean by this?
This is fucked up.
It's just like really, really straight up horny teenage shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think this is leftist? This is working class?
It's probably Long Island teenage, which means the guy was 22 and the girl was 14. Jake Ham style.
Well, that's a Long Island medium.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, in terms of age.
Yeah.
A Long
understand
Island
now.
22 is like a New York 15. That's what JKM told me.
Ah.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite secretly horny song is? Is Hungry Like the Wolf by Duran Duran, which is about eating pussy.
I thought it was about being hungry for food.
Nah, straddle the line in Discord and rhyme. I'm on the hunt. I'm after you. Mouth is alive with juices like wine, and I'm hungry like the wolf.
Oh, but maybe it means blood though.
Yeah, I think he was talking about eating a wolf. Or like eating a deer. I think he was talking about like just biting into a live raw animal.
Yeah, stalk to the forest, too close to hide. I'll be upon you by the moonlight side. Do 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 do. High blood drumming on your skin. It's so tight. You feel my heat. I'm just a moment behind. Do 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 do.
I think that's probably about hunting.
Yeah.
It's probably about hunting a big whitetail buck.
Now I'm laughing about a guy that does karaoke but thinks he's hungry like a horse. And I'm hungry like a horse.
Yeah, they're probably hungrier than wolves. What's the hungriest animal?
I'm so hungry I could eat like a
Hippos.
horse.
An elephant has got to be the hungriest animal, or a blue whale.
Blue whale.
Hippos. They made games about it. How hungry they were. They.
Oh yeah, it's true.
That is true. That
Their
is true.
mouths
They're
are big.
famously hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were hungry.
Mhm.
I'm hungry like the hippo.
Hungry like hippo.
Hungry Hippos was one of the first games I can remember raging at, I think.
I never had it.
Because it was motherfucking bullshit.
Yeah, I didn't have it. My parents didn't want it because they knew all
was
the balls would
complete
go
RNG.
around the basement and they'd just be picking them up all the
Yeah,
time.
I mean, it was
It
definitely
was too
one of those-
dangerous.
Yeah, Alex was a ball-bearing eater. He wasn't allowed to have any of that shit.
Yeah, anything with small pieces I would eat well into adulthood.
Too much RNG in that game too. That's why I hate Candyland.
Dude, I would rage at RNG games. Like, sorry?
Mhm.
Fuck you.
Dude,
Oh
dude.
yeah.
You do shit
You
for
know what was
the
the
Rocket?
best?
Sorry, probably still.
Kerplunk.
Kerplunk. That one.
You guys ever
there-
play Kerplunk?
Yeah, that game
No,
was
I
cool.
only play Kerplump.
That was a cool game. That was like Jenga.
Is that
but
when
with
you shit?
marbles.
No. There's like this, like it's a cylinder, and there's like all these little sticks that you like poke in,
Oh, yeah.
and then
played that.
there's a bunch of marbles, and you have to like pull out a stick at a time, and then whoever has like the least amount of marbles at the end wins. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, those games were... Yeah, those were pretty rage-inducing.
It took forever to set that fucking game up too. And
That's
then-
the thing,
and then you
yeah.
Play
it
with,
could be
some-
over
I'm
so
against
quick.
board
play with your
games.
younger idiot cousin who doesn't know how to play it, and then they'll just like open up a hole that clears them all out in the first 3 turns, and then you gotta. Well, I guess you only have to put a few more in, but it just was a pain in the
Some
ass to
games
set
felt
that
so
game up.
bad to lose just because of RNG. Like, Shoots and Ladders. Another game I'm like, fuck you.
Oh yeah, that's some horse shit.
I didn't fuck with that very much.
We got to practice.
Candyland.
I used to love
sucks.
playing Life.
That was cool.
I never had
Life? Life was so funny because I remember every time skipping college, I could start working right away and stacking my cash.
I do like when
Always skip college.
like none of us are board game guys, right? I think that's a lot more of a normie adjacent thing to do, right? You're going to dinner
Yeah.
parties, you're playing fucking Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, like normie nerds, normie Reddit guys.
But when I am in a situation where I get to play a board game and there's like a meta that I can figure out and be good at it and
Mhm.
like own people that have been playing it for a while, oh, nothing like it.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
banned from playing Catan with a friend group because I kind of broke it and would
you
just
were
always
fucking
win.
abusing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I always got ore and didn't let anybody else get ore. So even if I didn't fucking win, I was really annoying to everybody else, and then I won like 80% of the time.
God,
Oh,
just a time
beautiful.
waster pussy.
Piece of shit, man.
Well, you buy like the little soldiers and fuck with people after it, so you know I'm doing that.
Andrew and I used to play at some point, almost like 15 years ago now, with a friend group. I think one of them's in jail now, actually, for being a pedophile, but we sort of all figured that out eventually and didn't hang out with them for shortly after anyway.
Typical board game player.
No, to be fair, when we knew him, he was at his best time in his life, dating
He
a
was a
woman
kid.
his age. Yeah, sorta.
He couldn't do it yet.
He was the guy who he was dating a woman his age and lived with her, and
He must have
shit.
hated that.
Yeah, I mean,
That-
we would have been
yeah.
He must have been
ambushed.
so mad.
Well, okay, he was like, we all went on 4chan, and he did too. But we would make those sort of jokes back then about just about him because he looked like a pedophile. He was like a fucking big fat balding guy with like square frame glasses, and his dad called him a pedophile too because he found a bunch of like Homer Simpson, Hank Hill style, like finding hentai and be like, whoa. It was just like, as far as I know, just like regular weird hentai
Just
shit.
hentai.
Yeah. And we kind of felt bad for him at that point. So I'm like, oh, come on, that's not cool. Like, you can't think your son's a pedo over that. Well, it turns out like 10 years later, after any of us ever saw him, he did indeed get arrested for trying to fuck a 13-year-old.
Ugh.
Damn.
We did. I hadn't known him in a very long time. Like, can't take the blame for this one. I did not make him that way.
You're
I
absolved.
think it was the dad's fault for taking away his hentai.
True.
It's 4chan's fault for showing him Pedo Bear.
His brother was the one that played that. What's that fucking Dynasty Warriors? His
Fuck's
brother was the
that?
one that would like. I think isn't it a fighting game? Chad, what's Dynasty Warriors?
Isn't that the one Tom talks about?
Yes, it is.
I never had that.
I think it's some Xbox shit. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know if it was fighting or RPG. I think it was RPG.
RPG would make more sense for how much he played it.
Hack
Hack
and
and
slash.
slash.
Okay, that makes sense. I've never played it in my life, and I always avoided it because that same kid's older brother was obsessed with it and would like miss shit to stay home and play it, which is I could see missing stuff to play WoW because you're actually, I don't know. It's weird to miss stuff for console gaming. That's all.
Yeah, single player.
Like console gaming should be your social thing. Playing some fucking single player shit, or I don't know.
Because you don't have to do it.
Either way, really dorky. And he played that fucking shit so much that he couldn't hold down a job or anything.
That's wild.
That's wild to do that with just a PlayStation game.
I know.
Like before the internet, before MMOs.
I just realized how much I don't know about that game because I've been like subconsciously and also consciously avoiding it because of that same guy for years. Because I know there's a ton of them too.
The company that made that, like Konami or whatever, should fucking sue him. They lost a customer.
Yeah, true. I could have been playing it on stream every day for hundreds.
Omega Force and Koi were the developers and publishers. No, that thing about the pedophile you knew reminds me. At work today, I did a double take. I saw a lingle. There was a guy working on the siding outside, and he like took off his safety vest and revealed a sweater that said "Kill your local pedophile" on it.
Lingle acquired.
This guy was like way cooler and like buffer looking than Lingle.
Yeah, but it's still into your Lingle decks.
Yeah, definitely. I was like, this is a Blastoise or a Venusaur.
He's a Gen 2 though.
Who makes the "Kill your local pedophile" shirt?
Likely a pedophile.
Probably a bunch of pedophiles.
Yeah, a bunch of suicidal pedophiles, probably.
Yeah.
Well, there's a song by someone called Mark Martin called "Kill Your Local Pedophile."
Named Michael Martin, home halfway.
It's so stupid to do. It's like telling other people to go protest or telling other people to riot. Come on, guys, riot. Like, why don't you do it? You're the one saying to do it. Why don't you go kill your local pedophile?
I think I've talked ad nauseum on this podcast about the kill your local pedophile guys, but they're always the same type of guy.
Yeah, there's a reason they're thinking about that shit 24/7.
They are rank 2 in life, and pedophiles are rank 1, and that's the only person they can shit on. Like that's where it's at for them. Like, oh yeah, I steal pills from my grandma while she's in hospice. Well, this guy's a pedophile. Like that type of shit. So if you want to be mad at me, be mad at this guy because he wants to. Everybody, this guy wants to fuck kids. Forget about what I did.
Fuck pedophiles. I support elder abusers like me.
Yep.
That's number 2.
Yeah. You're bad that I abused someone old. Well, he abused someone young.
Yeah. What if the people in the nursing homes are pedophiles? What if we just don't know because their kids are adults now and they don't talk about it?
They probably are. There was no word for it back then. Oh man.
And also, when people like abuse people in nursing homes for Snapchat, how do we know those old people aren't racist?
Speaking of that, I saw the health goat is still at it. That's so awesome.
The who?
Chris
The
Lovell.
health goat. Yeah.
How is he still doing that?
He's still taking selfies wearing his fucking surgical cap in the car. It was like 100 in Dallas today. Chill, man.
That's
Feel
so
like
weird.
He had a selfie. He had a selfie in his car. I think Laura posted it and said,
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, it's so hot today, sweating under my surgical cap because I'm working so hard." Take it off. You're in the car. You're supposed to be scrubbed out. If you're really in surgery in that thing, that's gross, man.
Does he still work in hospitals at all?
I have no idea.
Is the health
completely
goat?
off my radar.
It's such a weird thing to do if
he
you're
is
not
at
actually
least-
working at the hospital.
He is at least still posting as some sort of medical professional on Insta or whatever.
Yeah, didn't he get harassed enough though? Like all of his shit's private, so you kind of like have to
Yeah,
go
it's
out of your
private
way
and
to
locked.
gang stalk him.
Yeah, and he's probably like at the vlogs.
All the women caught on too.
Boring.
Yeah, he's at the vlog stage now, ready to slide that. He had to put his slider up like way, way further than the DFW area. Can't find any women that don't know who his fucking ass is now, which is awesome. This is when we need blogs like the dirty back.
Oh, I miss the dirty man.
We need a dude.
What was that?
It literally like they would post
Oh,
literal Chris
boy.
Lovell type shit. Like it would be like it was kind of like Perez Hilton for shit nobody really cares about.
It was like for local, like so you could just like go by the city and then
Yeah,
and like filter out.
his would be like Dallas.
Yeah, and then there'd be like fucking there'd be like a Paris Hilton type write up about how slimy this guy is based on different stories or like a submission. And it was basically warning like other men or women who might date this person to avoid them. And then in the comments there would be all this fucking shit from
Drama.
like other people. Yeah, drama. Usually like the person would be in there defending themselves and there'd be like other people that they scorned in there too. There's this guy, he was like a former Calgary Flames player that used to work out at my gym. And like enforcer, he probably played like 60 NHL games. and he was on the dirty. And I forget what the stories even were, besides like it was like moms that like took their kid to his hockey school, and there was some like vague weirdness there. And I thought that was like super cool because I like this is a guy that it's cool. I thought it was interesting that there was someone I interacted with on a daily basis on there. But yeah, RIP to that website.
It's like a place that would summarize bullshit happening.
Yeah, and this was in like 2013, 2014, something like that.
I assume they got sued.
Probably.
Or people just lost interest in that type of shit, or they stopped doing. Or you know what?
It migrated somewhere else.
They probably got killed by the ad shit that happened. Like started the ad. Those sort of sites died with fucking ads being everywhere, and that site definitely pumped ads.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up a blog. People aren't really looking for a blog that's on its own website. People are looking for like an Instagram account or a subreddit or something like that.
If they didn't get sued as well, like they definitely would have been on their way to posting that shit. But how fun would that be to have like a 6,000 post Chris Lovell thread of people just telling stories about him?
Yeah, and I would love to see people like that try to sue that place for defamation. Like him trying to sue for defamation and like having to prove that he actually is a doctor and he can't prove it.
It would be beautiful.
Like a lawyer would just hang up on him immediately. It would be like when Outlaw calls a lawyer.
Those sites are so horrible because the same type of shit would happen basically too with like thing that happens to the Reddit detectives where they call out the wrong people or just like a scorned ex-lover just saying shit.
Someone with the same name
as well. Yeah,
it's dangerous.
Like
super dangerous, but also like it was a lot of fun. Most of it was bullshit.
Yeah,
most
no,
of it was like
it's a net
not
positive
that serious
that it's gone, right? But like at the time, especially as like a young idiot, I was like, oh, this is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, if someone has that many enemies, there's probably something afoot.
The Detroit one was always hilarious too because they were covering nightlife and it was always fucking Albanians fighting shit. Great, good stuff. That part of the internet was so weird when you seriously like a half-ass written article about a fight that happened at a bar around the corner from you, and you're like, wow.
The news.
Yeah.
The real news.
No one does that shit anymore, because if it's documented, it's just some like Snapchat video. And everybody's like, ooh,
What was that website where you could post locally or college?
Yik Yak.
Yik Yak. That was fun.
Yik Yak was insane, man.
I remember putting hoaxes on there all the time.
I remember I was at the mall once, and someone on Yik Yak started spamming about a bomb being in there, so we had to fucking leave.
They wouldn't put it on Yik Yak.
The Yik Yak terrorist. Also, that could almost definitely
they would also still
caught.
be in like the radius too.
Bro, that app was doomed from day one. Like immediately when kids started getting out of, they'd be up late drinking and not study for finals, and they'd do a bomb threat on Yik Yak and get that shit canceled. Oh,
yeah, people that age especially can't handle that. It's just too easy to have shooting threats and shit like that happen.
The summer of 2013, 2014 had a bunch of apps like that kept fucking shit up. And now we got friggin' Tic Tac.
Yeah, now we only have 3 websites. Fucking sucks, man.
Tic Tac. Oh my
there's
god.
X, the everything website.
That's true.
Speaking of pedophiles, as we were earlier, bring it up again. Did you guys see that fucking? It's just something that sort of gets missed because it's kick.com, so luckily it doesn't get spammed everywhere. But that crackhead from YouTube from back in the day, Vitali. You remember Vitali? He would do the pranks and shit back in the day. His real fame was not being able to get his dick hard on the fake taxi or the Bang Bus or whatever, and everyone made fun of him for it. He's like,
that'd be so embarrassing.
Ugly blonde Russian guy. It was always like just a bit too much. And he had a really public meltdown, like boozy style, like 3 years ago. But now he's back on Kick and trying to do like a Chris Hansen thing, but in a way where they fuck up the investigation every time. But he's had like Bobby Shmurda join him for one of the streams this week. Ty Dolla $ign joined him. They threw a fucking flashbang after this guy that was running away in LA. Just whipped it down this fucking alley and blew up behind them. And they're like, yeah, and stay away. Like, cool. But one of them this week was, they also busted they were with Bradley, what's his face? Bradley
Cooper.
Martin, Bradley Martin, the big fucking
the Jack guy that used to like hang out with Rich Pianes, like the face tattoo.
Yes,
yeah.
And also, I haven't checked if he's back on social media. Nobody had seen or heard of him from since this stream. But one of the guys that they because they would do like 3 pedal, but they would set it up. They had like this team of like 18-year-old Latino guys that are really good at acting gay because they're just gay guys, and they'd be like, "Oh, we're 16, we're 15, whatever," and they get these dudes to come meet them, and then Vitaly comes out and like tars and feathers them or whatever. One of the guys that they met up was the fucking writer of Space Jam.
What?
And the weirdest thing was the day after, there was all these random positive articles that came out about the writer from Space Jam, even though like it was really just contained on the kick stream. And also Bradley Martin didn't post on any socials for like 3 or 4 days after that. So we're wondering how powerful this fucking Space Jam guy is.
What was the guy's name?
Oh, I don't remember. If you say his name, I'd remember it. But
Herschel Weingrod?
yeah, Herschel Weingrauten or something.
Well, you don't say it. Then we're going to get in trouble.
Well,
Anyway.
I'm just saying he had a run in with those guys. I'm not saying he's guilty of anything.
Yeah.
In fact,
they were
I think
ready to-
he's innocent.
Yeah, I think he's a good guy.
They busted another like 70-year-old guy, and they're on the streets of LA, and this random dude just walked up and fucking knocks him out. That's the dangers of those fucking. That's why you can't do that stuff live. This guy just walked up and fucking knocks him out cold, and the guy's like doing the fucking fencing motion on the ground.
Knocks out Vitality or like the 76-year-old?
The pedo.
Like who?
Like, he walked up
the
and
pedo
knocked
got
the-
knocked out?
Yeah, the pedo got knocked out.
Oh, you probably shouldn't do that. You're not
was
like
it?
Judge
No.
Dredd out there.
Yeah, because also like highly suspect. It's very suspect too that these streams could very well just be fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah,
no
I
one
would
ever really
believe
gets
that.
hurt. They have their own security team.
You would think the cops would be all over.
No, they did. The one time they did call the cops because he was doing like an 8-day tour of LA and doing these, and now it's over. But the one time they did call the cops were just annoyed and basically trying to arrest all of them for being fucking annoying.
Yeah, well.
It's hard to
Which
tell
is also
because
it's believable. Like either way,
they will do insane shit that you can get arrested for, like Fousey.
Yeah. Well, the last
They
one
also
he
do
did-
fake shit.
The last one he did the other night, the screenshot of it was funny because it's just Alex said they're preventing. Look how many rapes they're preventing just staying in that room, and it was the guy from Fresh and Fit, Sneeko, and Vitaly, like around this computer.
Yeah, Myron Gaines.
Myron Gaines. They're all
Yeah,
just
it's so many guys in a room.
a bunch
it's
of
like
woman
that-
beaters.
It's like that video of Obama watching the Bin Laden raid. There's like
Right.
20 guys in a room.
Yeah.
It's like that.
that for fucking sexual assault accusations.
Yeah, the control room.
Oh my god. Anyway, that content, horrible vibe, just insane. Bobby Shmurda actually had to leave because of the vibe of just everything going on. It was really funny.
How did he leave? He's like, actually, I forgot I have something. I gotta go. Or
probably
He-
reminds
he
him of
was
jail.
basically just like, I'm out of here. And he kind of played it off like, I don't want to beat this guy up. But then when he's leaving, he was still mic'd up. He's like, this shit weirds me out, man. All this weirds me out. I gotta get out of here. This is all fucking weird. He was right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, you don't want to spend that much of your life thinking about pedophiles.
yeah, I
No.
prefer a more passive type of activism where I buy a $76 hoodie that says "Kill your local pedophile."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then someone else can do it.
From a probable pedophile. Ugh.
Well, the company that makes them is called Assholes Live Forever. Which is
Well, the
sick.
actual T-shirt is being made by children,
True.
so they can't be pedophiles.
Oh man, this
That's
website's
true.
like crazier than fucking t-shirt hell. There's a lady in a see-through bra and it says "New bras and undies. She'll look so good sucking dick."
Whoa.
Woo!
All right.
Who wrote that copy, man? Jesus Christ.
Are you looking at her bra when that's going on?
Yeah,
I'm trying to imagine the angle. Like you're, I don't know. And also, yeah,
That
that
writer's
is
so
just-
horny he can make a whole new hole.
they got to take that website offline.
Yep.
I don't know how they make money because you can buy all that shit on Amazon. You can buy that anywhere. Like they probably sell all those shirts on Temu.
You literally just have to tweet, I need this on a t-shirt, and it's right there.
Yeah, you can make it anywhere.
I was thinking earlier, people should come out with merch for people that don't like them, where it's really cheap, but it's all on like Gildan shit. Itchy. Just the cheapest shit possible. Sell your own merch that says, I hate, whoever. And your haters will buy it, and it sucks.
A 2-tiered merch system.
That's the Outlaw business plan, actually.
Yeah, it kind of is. Everyone who buys one of his shirts, ironically, it comes and it's like it's all stuck together and it stinks for some reason, even though it came from Redbubble.
I have to say, while we're on the public episode, I'm very excited for Patreon videos this week because of the fucking.
Oh
Outlaw
yeah,
cameo.
the cameo where he endorses Nambla.
Bro, his cameos are crazy. There's the other one, and I'll mention it again on the Patreon, but one of his other ones is congratulating. It's from a husband to his wife, congratulating her on her successful arm replacement surgery. And then he's also, the same woman is now training for the Olympics to jump 10 feet in the air. And Outlaw's just like, that's so amazing.
Yeah, the 10-foot jump contest.
The 10-foot jump.
Yeah, and the lady with a new arm in the Olympian is also especially a fan of his Stewie Griffin, so he wishes her well in the Stewie voice. And he goes, vile woman!
Well, that's nice. Like, okay, I don't really condone giving Outlaw money, but that's funny.
Yeah,
so
it's crazy that he thinks those are real fans. He must think they're genuine fans because he thinks he has actual fans out there and not just people fucking with him. He must think like there's an actual like there's an Olympic athlete who's obsessed with me and who's never been in my chat or commented on any of my videos. Yeah. She loves my videos, but she's never interacted with me at all. And now she's giving me money. There's no way this could be someone doing a joke.
The other one, he starts and says, so your instructions say that it's your brother's 30th birthday. Your instructions.
Your instructions.
And you're
reading
asking
the stage directions
for some life advice. Well, here's what I would do. When I was in my 30s, I'd like to try out really yummy restaurants to start with Olive Garden. Like, that's his advice for being 30 is going to Olive Garden. And he's like, oh, look. He's really fond of his 30s, and that's the first memory he brought up is going to Olive Garden.
God,
insane. And in all of his cameos, he mentions, and I'll be live Outlaws on May 26th. Outlaw Live. Deadly Outlaw Live. He's announcing his streams on his cameos like he's fucking got 800 viewers on them, man. He's announcing his stream schedule on cameos to like everybody. Yeah. And for everyone, I'll be live like he announced at the end of them.
He'll plan them out like 2 months in advance because he thinks he's punishing the viewers. Like when they don't watch his streams, he does even less of them. And he does games that people don't want to watch. Like when people don't want to watch Final Fantasy, he punishes them by not streaming Zelda.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's like he expects there to be like if it was functioning properly, what it would be like 1,000 people showing up no matter what at any time of day at a moment's notice to just watch him look at his phone. Like to watch him struggle with tech support for half an hour and then look at his phone and then be on the menu of a game and then like go to the bathroom to shit for 20 minutes while the menu music is playing. Like he thinks like that's how it should work. He shouldn't have to change anything.
There are streamers that act like that too, but they like still have viewers where they're like, oh, well, if you guys don't want to watch this, which I enjoy playing, then I'm going to play this. And it's like, all right. It's so weird.
That's the opposite.
I'd play what I like when I'm off stream.
And also, if you enjoy playing something, you should play it off stream.
He just has no concept of.
But he doesn't enjoy it. Like he doesn't play Final Fantasy off stream. He doesn't game off stream at all. Because he doesn't enjoy it. He's just doing it because he feels like he has to grind XP to become famous.
Outlaw is very tsundere.
And he does.
Which Tom will learn about, which is why he's not here. Tom Sama is back in Tokyo.
He's a weeaboo.
He's 2D.
Yep.
He's going over there to check out the McDonald's.
Hopefully he doesn't get in trouble with the Yakuza.
In that restaurant that was named after him. What was that? American Hot Dog Thomas? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
American Hot Dog Thomas.
He's got to go over there. He's got to get the hot dog.
Fuck. That's so cool. Good for him.
I bet Peter and Kitra don't know about that. They probably don't know about American Hot Dog Thomas.
Does Japan have a Disney?
They better. Or else what's the fucking point?
That's one of the more famous other Disneys, I believe.
They're all famous
the first
to me.
one.
I'd rather go to the Nintendo world there. I'm way more of a gamer than a Disnard.
Mm-hmm. The second,
I heard they have Mario stuff.
The second Google result for American Hot Dog Thomas is our podcast on YouTube.
That would make sense.
Episode 172.
Yeah, that was the one with Eat Chain, I remember.
Yeah.
Hey guys, check out that episode.
Check out that episode.
Check out episode 172 for American Hot Dog Thomas. There was this really funny one that I was just looking at. American style restaurant in Japan. Burger Revolution, Tokyo. That's not the one.
That sounds like a fucking name of a
Cedros.
burger restaurant here.
Burger
TY
Revolution,
Harbor.
that's cool.
They have Shake Shack there. New York Grill. I always love when people love calling shit New York. New York Deli is also one. Firehouse. They have like a burger place called Fire Space House. I can't remember it. There were some funny ones. Oh, there's another one there called Devilcraft. Devilcraft is supposed to have the best, most authentic deep dish pizza you can find in Japan. Otherwise, the pizza's bullshit. I don't know though.
Yeah, I think they shouldn't be allowed to have our food. Get your own fucking food. Why you want to eat hamburgers?
They do. You know what
They
pisses
do?
me off? It's like when they take our food and make it better. And
Yeah, like their McDonald's should be illegal. How dare you? How dare you have a better McDonald's than us?
And there's 7-Eleven too.
There used to be a really good restaurant that had really good American style like diner food called Drunk Bears, but they closed it.
Damn.
Too many gay guys coming in.
Yep.
They had glory holes galore in the bathroom. Drunk bears.
There's like an American style barbecue place too in Tokyo called Bubby's, which is really good.
That's good.
Yep. They gotta have those, man.
Same thing happened there.
Oh, they gotta have it.
That's the type of place that has 2 men's rooms.
I was talking this week about barbecue just being underwhelming across the board. Like I think it's a good food, but it never looks that pretty.
Yeah, it's not super grammable. But I mean, you go to a good barbecue restaurant, oh boy. But the
Also,
good ones
doesn't
are
have
so
to be
fucking
grammable.
expensive.
Also got into some not an argument, but some observations with some Australian chatters about how so many Americans say they're gonna go barbecue, but they just mean they're gonna grill. Oh yeah, I'm barbecuing tonight. Americans
What's the difference?
love to misuse it. Barbecues you got to use certain things, I guess, to do it, or maybe it's
Like-
what you cook.
What's the actual difference?
I don't know. I didn't look it up, but I think
do you define it? Let's see.
spiritually, I know the difference.
Various cooking methods that employ live fire and smoke.
Okay, so grilling you can just do on like some hot shit without it being fire and smoke.
Yeah, I guess they encourage a fire and smoke and charcoal and wood.
That would make sense for the way the barbecue pits are.
So
I
like,
think you could make stuff on a gas grill or something.
yeah, is like a propane grill not count?
You would have to argue with them though.
This sounds like a debate we'll have to bring to Twitter for some
You have to
engagement
argue
date
your point.
on the Chapo FYM account.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's the difference between grilling and barbecuing?
But
And I
also,
bet you'll get all the coolest people replying.
we've seen that show that Jack was on. What was it? The Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah,
Remember they called it Dallas Buyers Club. It's West Texas Investors Club. That's what it is. And
Dallas Buyers Club is so
they had
good.
him do a barbecue challenge where he immediately walked away and started just gabbing with old ladies because that's what he's trained to do. And they had to like go and finish it for him. I don't think that would be barbecue, even though it's on a barbecue.
You see that picture, the carnivore picture that I posted this week?
Ew!
And said the whole post is really nasty. But that was a guy's fucking bragging about how he's eating his 3 days of leftovers still. He's like,
Yum.
this has been the best for my wallet. It's just this. It looks like
There's a rat king of cables all over the floor.
yeah, it looks like it's like an AI prompt for brown food. Crazy.
It's either a guy in his parents' house or it's a guy who's going to be posted to Reddit as like the worst roommate ever. Like that's the type of guy where like he has to worry about like I keep getting that recommended to me on Reddit for some reason r/bad roommates, and it'll just be a picture of like 10,000 soda cans covered in mold. Someone's like, well, the smell finally got bad enough that I had to go in.
Oh my god, bro! There's squid on that plate too, which means he keeps reheating squid.
Ew. The bad roommate thing. I was laughing to myself the other day about like if my girlfriend doesn't do like her dishes after cooking, I just put it in our bed that we share together to own her.
You're just sleeping on
good
top
one.
of it.
Got
Yeah.
you. Next time you'll clean them.
Fuck.
Putting crumbs in the bed on purpose.
Yeah. Owned.
If you don't clean up your crumbs, I'll put them in the bed.
Making breakfast in bed, but for yourself, and climbing back in with all of it in your hands.
Yeah, well,
Pretty
not
good.
doing it for your
Crunching
partner.
up the toast.
And getting crumbs all over still.
Yeah, like breaking the toast into like eighths for no reason.
Keep dropping it.
Yeah, dropping it all over, dropping it on the floor.
Spreading everything with a butter knife, but laying it down just on the sheet.
I'm
between
doing self-care.
Oh. Well, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Breakfast in bed, that's disgusting.
Yeah, these days you can't even get breakfast in bed because you only got Airbnbs.
That's something only
Mhm.
white people would do.
The thing is, bed in breakfast. Hey,
Bed
where's
in
my
breakfast.
breakfast? Yeah, we run a breakfast in bed up on the sea.
They should have to give you breakfast.
Yeah, they should.
They should have to leave it there.
Yep.
Well, that's what a classic bed and breakfast was. I
Yeah, they
stayed
have
at
to give
one
you
once.
breakfast.
It was cool.
Yeah, so it should have been breakfast in bed though. It should be called.
Yeah.
They should have to bring it to you.
Yeah.
still call it
They should
B&B.
wait on me.
Also, why is it air? What's air about it?
I
don't know.
You have to be a real airhead to fucking use it.
Yep.
Boom. Fuck you.
What the hell's air about it?
We'll investigate that and many other things on the next episode.
I guess mostly what you're paying for is air. If you add up the volume of
space, right? Versus
yeah, it's like the
walls,
bag
right?
of
Yeah.
chips. The bag of chips is mostly air. Like an empty apartment, that's mostly
Hey,
air.
Why can't that empty space in the bag of chips be salsa?
Oh, that would be so good. Why can't that empty space in the Airbnb be salsa?
Bringing it up again.
Why can't they just fill the whole thing up with? It should be like a hoarder house. I don't want to pay for air. There should be newspaper stacked to the ceiling.
Now, I'm getting worked up about chips now.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go have some.
Go to our live show and fuck you. Go to
Subscribe to
Patreon
the
if you
Patreon.
want to, please.
God bless you.
Now.
Love you. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.